Well, interestingly, for many, many years, we never put any extraneous items on the bill because it was so important to defense, and we just didn't allow it. Starting last year, Carl Levin and Harry Reid put hate crimes on it, which had nothing to do with it, and now this year they are continuing that. What's going to happen is, over time, is it's going to be like the other authorization bills. They're just not going to go anywhere. And that's terrible because these are the policies that care for the men and women who are serving in the military.
Now, the senator from Arizona is incorrect, and he's incorrect on a number of accounts. First of all, the Senate previously considered hate crimes amendments to the National Defense Authorization Bill. We did it in 2001, we did it in 2005, we did it again in 2008 on the National Defense Authorization Bill. It was not the first time that hate crimes was added to the Defense Authorization Bill. And each time the Hate Crimes Amendment was approved by overwhelming bipartisan votes of 57 to 42, 65 to 33, and 60 to 39, it received anywhere from 8 to 18 Republican votes. The only thing that was new about last year's action relative to hate crimes was that for the first time, the provision was not dropped in conference, but was included in the enacted legislation. Secondly, the senator from Arizona is incorrect when he says that we never put any extraneous items on the Defense Authorization Bill. We just didn't allow it. He's incorrect for another reason. During our consideration of Defense Authorization Acts for over the last dozen years and before, the Senate has debated other amendments, non-relevant amendments, on many, many issues, including concealed weapons, indecency standards, the extension of pay-go budget procedures, and secret holds on nominations, among other issues. As a matter of fact, in the year 2000, the senator from Arizona offered a non-relevant amendment to the Defense Authorization Bill. His amendment proposed to require campaign finance disclosure by the so-called 527 organizations as an amendment to the National Defense Authorization. Now, Senator Warner opposed it as floor manager of the bill. Senator Warner, as chairman and floor manager, argued it was not relevant to the bill. Indeed, Senator Warner argued it could endanger the passage of the bill, urged Senator McCain not to offer that non-relevant amendment. Senator McCain's response, quote, "I yield to no one in this body as to my advocacy for our nation's defense and the men and women in the military. But," he continued, "if we want to give these men and women in the military confidence in their government, we should have fully disclosed who it is that contributes to the political campaigns," close quote. Now, when Senator Warner was asked if he was upset with Senator McCain for tying up the Senate with non-relevant amendments on the Defense Authorization Bill, Senator Warner stated, quote, "I don't get upset at anything." The man, the senator he's referring to, Senator McCain, is acting under the rules, close quote. Now, I supported the McCain amendment at that time, and I also supported the right of the senator from Arizona to offer it. Not because it was relevant to the Defense Authorization Bill, it was not, but because it was the only opportunity, apparently, to consider that bill, and it was the right thing to do. In my judgment, by a vote of 57 to 42, the Senate agreed, and the non-relevant McCain amendment was adopted to the Defense Authorization Bill. And by the way, by comparison, last year's hate crime amendment was adopted by a vote of 63 to 28.